guys, Stephanie here. I am working on a nonfiction book, and I came across something that you might find interesting. Um, Excuse the formatting on this. Sometimes your clients insist on having a sans serif font, and sometimes we lose out on the best choice. But this one, even though it uses a sans serif font, it's actually not too bad because we stuck it in a 2-column format, and which makes it a little bit easier to read. And this is actually a pretty clean serif font that's nice and readable. But we're not going to be talking about the sans serif font. What we're going to be talking about is the script. All right, so this particular author, she had a specific style in mind and requested to use this script for her chapter headings. Why do I have that? Hold on just a second. Let me do something real quick before I forget. So she wanted to use the script, and then wanted to use this sans serif font. All right, so the problem with this script is, I'm going to remove everything that I've done to it, is that it wasn't necessarily designed all that great. Let me remove this one. So this is what it looks like if you just use it regularly without making any tweaks, all right? But with scripts, the purpose of a script is to make it look like an actual handwritten font, all right? Now, whoever designed this font did a very poor job of designing it, because at a regular tracking, so our tracking is set to 0, none of the letters come together. All right, so you have the T and then you have a space, I space, which is great for sans serif and serif fonts and most fonts that are not meant to be scripts. But script fonts should absolutely join together. So we need to make some tweaks by adjusting the tracking between the letters. And when we use scripts in design for ebooks, I mean for print books, 9 times out of 10 you're going to have to do some manual tweaking to the tracking. All right, so what we're going to do is I am going to apply. So we know we need to bring in the tracking, so I'm going to put it to like 100. So that brought most of the letters together, and that's not too bad. But look at our spaces, all right? And look at our punctuation. Like here's a colon, and then these parentheses, all right? So we want more space between them. So what I have done is I have updated the style. Let me go ahead and clear it. I have updated the style by keeping a tracking of -100, which brings all the letters together. Then I created a character style called script space. And this script space is actually, let's look at it. It uses 100 tracking. So we've got -100 tracking here, and then we've got 100 tracking for the spaces. So what I did was, if I didn't have this, let's show you what it would look like. We're going to delete this from our GREP style. All right, so here's what it would look like without our spaces spaced out, pun intended. All right, so I want more space in here, so what you do is you create a GREP style. So we apply our script space, which puts that tracking to 100, to any space. All you have to do is hit the space bar within this style. So when we click on preview, we'll be able to see it happen. And so there's all our space. All right, so we can do the same thing. We want to apply script space to any colon. And watch this colon here once I clear it. Did it move? It moved down for some reason. Let's delete this. We may have to manually do this and figure it out. So let's choose this, and we are going to take our, it's like maybe this is a glyph. Okay. So for that one, we're not going to necessarily be able to automate it. We're going to have to go to the letter before to do that. So to spread this out a little bit, we'll have to go to the letter before. All right. So there's still going to be some manual tweaking, but at least we can get those spaces corrected. So I am just manually tweaking some of these letters that look a little bit too close. The best thing would be not to use scripts, but unfortunately, we don't always have that luxury of not being able to do what our clients want. All right. So remember, if you are constantly doing the same thing over and over to a style such as this, there are ways we can automate this if we think about how we can utilize GREP styles. So if you ever come across anything and you think maybe I can automate this a little bit more, but you're not quite sure how to do it, feel free to make a post in the group and I will see what I can do to tackle it. And I don't know if anybody's played around with InDesign 2021. I wasn't going to download it yet, but apparently my computer was set to auto update and I wasn't aware of it. So now my InDesign 2020 is gone and I'm on InDesign 2021. Silly me, I need to change that off because I am working on some serious deadlines right now. And I hope I don't come across any errors. Anyway, I hope everybody is well and I hope you have a wonderful weekend.